Prove it.
And we're live. Hey, everybody. It's time for a new show that I don't have any of my notes open for. Shit, hold up.
You fucking clown.
Hey, it's...
You're an entire circus.
It's me, Soups, and I'm joined by Boko, Cleet, Swissy, and Josh, who are here also.
Oh, okay, I see how it is. Don't use my full name.
American Josh. Excuse me, I'm
there
sorry.
We are.
Joshua. I meant.
You better
I didn't mean
put
to be
respect
informal.
on that. Thank you.
Joshua, American.
Put respect on
Joshua,
it. You know what I'm
saying?
Well, no,
Anyway,
the
yeah, so,
American cult.
So this is a new show. It's a D&D show. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. It's called Riftwood. It's gonna be real fun. And I'm just gonna jump.
You don't know that.
I hope it'll be fun.
There we go.
I'm just gonna jump right into the opening narration. If you all don't mind. Well, first I'm gonna blow.
Do you want me to gasp appropriately? Do you want live audience noises? Do you want me to like clap or go ooh?
Give me just 1 second. Entertain the stream while I go find my Kleenex.
What?
Hello. Soups is dying apparently.
So
anyway,
Riftwood. We
how's
were
it going?
supposed to start a month ago, but Swissy didn't make his character.
That's not.
I was hoping someone would start freestyle rapping.
Among other things,
I was making a beat and everything.
My character has been made for like 2 or 3 months.
Don't make it about me, Boko.
I will.
You started this war.
Yes. I'll finish it.
Plunge Skyrim into chaos. And now the Empire is going to put you down and restore the peace.
Can you believe that video game's gonna be 10 years old?
It took me like 40 minutes.
In like November.
Okay, I'm good.
Yeah, but that's because you don't care about the minutia, Boko.
Well, Clarence,
you didn't even
really
take
have to do all that much.
Sylvan. Now I found out Boko took Giant, but I'm gonna get Giant at 3rd level, so now we have an overlap, and that frankly that has robbed me of sleep.
Oh my god!
Get over it.
Deal with it.
All right, are we ready to?
I won't.
Are we ready?
I never will.
Can I read?
I'm never gonna financially recover from this.
May I read now?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
No. We need to stretch this out for extra content.
We don't.
No, we'll still end at the same time. I want to play the game.
There's no content yet. We haven't fucking started because you're bullshitting. May I?
Are you saying that this is not content?
You can just mute him.
Yes, I could. I
Good.
may.
But then I won't hear anything because he'll still be talking.
Thank you, Malagai, for the bit. The gay bit. The gay bit. It is way too early morning in the first week of June 1990, and we are following the most barely functional looking bus in history as it bumps and jostles down a winding dirt road deep in the woods of the American rural Midwest. We pass through the barely closed doors and up the uneven stairs, spotting a bus driver with a band t-shirt and an eye patch who looks like she'd rather be literally anywhere else. Immediately behind her, there's a panicked-looking 20-something wearing a camp uniform that's definitely too small, trying his best to wrangle half a dozen teens who have little to no interest in indulging him. There's a colorful cast of kids going to Camp Driftwood this year, and on this very bus, there's 3 in particular that I'd very much like you to meet. So why don't you 3 introduce your characters in any fucking order you want? Please don't take 10 minutes to do this.
Babe, you know you need to tell us who's gonna do it, but...
You started talking, so you go first.
Okay, fine. I'm playing Stacy. 1 second, I forgot the last name I made up for her. Taylor. Yeah. That's it.
Yep. What's she doing? What's she look like? What's her deal?
Okay, Stacy is I don't remember her. She's like 16. She's blonde. She's got real long blonde hair. She's got a lot of bows. Got some glasses. She's hanging out. Did my friends come to camp with me? Or are they not here? This is important.
Your girlfriends?
Yes, my 2 girlfriends.
They're not here. They're not here because I didn't write them in soon enough.
Okay, this has been also an established fact for a long time. So if they're not on this bus, she's probably just like sitting. Let's see. Does she like to read? Yeah, she's reading.
Reading? God, what a fucking nerd.
Reading, or actually, wait a second.
Nope.
She's looking at a magazine and listening to her Walkman.
Is she actively reading the magazine, or is the magazine just a cover for the Walkman?
She is leafing through a fashion magazine.
Listening to
like a nice Vogue.
She's listening to a Backstreet Boys cassette.
What about Teen Vogue?
Teen Vogue?
I don't know anything about magazines, guys.
I don't.
I had Lego magazine and that was it.
I don't either. I had fucking Popular Science and Game Informer.
Hell yeah, those are the two.
Those are the only two magazines that I care about. All right, so Stacy's chilling. Where are you sitting on the bus? Towards the back, towards the front?
Yeah, like middle, close to front.
Middle, close to the front. Stacy's chilling in the middle of the bus. Josh, you go.
At the as far forward in the bus as possible.
Right. Are you basically right behind the counselor?
I'm behind the counselor.
Nice.
I'm staring at him intently. There sits an excitable young boy. He is, of course, Roy Howard. He is also 15 or 16, somewhere in that zone, and he is a bit of a I don't know if he's quite lanky, but he's an average-looking sort of ginger boy. With a band-aid across his nose. If you're an eagle-eyed observer, you might be able to notice he has various cuts and bruises, almost all of which come from him just falling. In general, he is fairly clumsy in all things, but he is essentially, you know that look that dogs get when they know they're going to the dog park? That's Roy. That's Roy now in this instance. Camping.
Boy Roy art now.
They can't. No, do not. I refuse. Roy is very happy to go camping every year. It's his favorite thing. He is not necessarily good at it, but he enjoys it immensely. So he is sitting up there with his hoodie. He's got his backpack with him, and there was some Ragnar the Ripped comics in there for him to read on the bus ride, but he has neglected all of those and is now just like waiting in fevered anticipation.
Excellent. Swissy, what's Brandon up to?
He's stolen Swissy's chance to introduce his character.
He's fucking drumming on the back of the seat, of course.
Obviously. All right, what's your deal? What's your name?
My guy's name is my guy's name is Brandon McCoy, and he is sitting at the very back of the bus, as far back as you can be, drumming upon the back of a seat with some very banged up drumsticks. His deal is
drumsticks, incredible.
Yeah, actual drumsticks, man.
Like ice cream?
No.
Anyway, he also has his Walkman and he's listening to some Blink 182. Drumming along.
2 Walkmans in the party. An incredible number.
Roy does not own a Walkman.
Sucks to suck.
Well, yeah. He's poor.
I don't know, was this...
We've been over this.
Would this have been CD territory? I don't know enough about physical media.
There were probably CDs in the 90s, but Walkmans probably would have still been around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Parents tend to buy old tech for their kids anyway. I don't know if you remember that, but I do. So,
because literally I had cassettes still, and like we were definitely in CD territory by the time I was like 8 or 9.
Fair.
Yeah.
But they were definitely still selling cassettes.
Anyway, Brandon thinks he's on his way to a band camp. He's not.
Wait, has he been tricked? Who bamboozled Brando?
Somebody has bamboozled Brandon. Could be his mom.
It could even be his mom.
His mom was like, "Yeah, you're gonna go to band camp,
punk rock band camp, Brandon."
She like crumples up the pamphlet for the camp really fast. Just shoves it in a trash can.
Just holds her.
That's the mentality he's got right now. Is he's pretty psyched to go to band camp.
There are a couple other kids on this bus. Like I said, there's about half a dozen. Well, go ahead, Josh.
I was just gonna ask quick, since I know we tweeted about we all included families in our fun facts. Did we want to go over our families, or is that something that we're just gonna see as it comes up?
Yeah, if we can go over it as it comes up, I think.
Okay.
There are a couple other people on this bus. Like I said, there's about half a dozen of you on here. There is towards the front of the bus. There is a girl futilely trying to draw in a sketchbook. It is going very poorly because this bus does not have shocks. If it ever did, it doesn't now. Towards the back of the bus, I think in a seat like kitty corner to Brandon, there is another girl who appears to be sharpening a survival knife.
Oh no!
Nice.
Knife.
And right towards, I think, the middle of the bus, probably just taking a nap, there's an absolutely like jacked looking dude. He's about
Chris Hemsworth.
He looks your age. It's Chris Hemsworth. No, he looks about your age.
He's wearing like
Chet? He's wearing a football uniform. Close. He's wearing a football uniform, but he appears to be asleep. Nice. So as you're going on this bus, the three of you, while you probably have not been comfortable up to this point, are definitely made less comfortable as this rickety old bus is turned from the dirt road onto a gravel driveway, and you all look out the front of the bus to see a tall archway made of broken wood, with large cutout wooden letters protruding from it. The bus passes beneath the sign, and we pan up to see that the sign says, "Welcome to Camp Driftwood," and then an ear-splitting creak echoes through the trees, and the D falls off with a thud. The camera zooms in on the word Riftwood, and we cut back to the bus. As the engine sputters to a stop and smoke begins pouring from the engine, the bus driver exits and begins walking toward the front of the bus with a lighter and a cigarette in hand. Seconds later, the counselor, the 20-something, hops off the bus as well, and he starts ushering all the other kids off. His panicked screams wake up that sleeping jock, who gets up and leaves the bus. The girl sharpening the knife at the back of the bus puts it back in her belt or something, and smiles in a somewhat unhinged manner before also exiting the bus.
Wanna let you know right now, Roy was off the bus before it stopped fully moving.
Roy was off the bus before the bus driver.
He's standing there, basically just jittering.
Excellent.
You can see like multiple outlines of him, I assume.
The art girl from the front of the bus has given up at this point and has put her sketchbook back in the bag and also gets off the bus.
I make my way up from the back of the bus, tapping the tap on every seat along the way.
Every single seat.
Excellent.
Are you startled, Stacy, as he definitely also taps on your seat?
No, I actually go on her head as well, just oblivious. Just
not even looking, lost in the jam.
At least exactly. Hit her bun, her hair bun.
It just bounces. One of those seats seems really soft.
She pulls down her magazine and glares at the back of this idiot with this black jean jacket. And gets up and
she sees wings stitched into the back of his
it's
jean
a jest,
jacket, I guess.
His jean vest.
And packs her magazine and Walkman and old garbage headphones. You know the ones. Into her backpack. You know the ones I'm talking about.
The foam, crappy plastic ones that come with the Walkman?
Yeah, the gray plastic ones, yeah.
Oh, gross.
I would have assumed she would have upgraded.
What were you going to get in 1990X?
I mean,
fair. I guess Brandon's probably got the same shit.
Who? Never heard of him.
Well, of course not. It's the 90s.
He wasn't born yet.
That can't.
No,
be
he
true.
was.
That cannot be.
Dre,
very old right now.
Are you implying that Dre is younger than us, the people playing this game?
It was a joke.
Oh, a joke.
Good joke, Boko.
Joke, Dayo.
I literally can't tell because I just assume you know nothing about hip hop.
So
I sell Beats by Dre.
As you all make your way off the bus, you see that most of the other kids. You see there's about 9 other kids in total, and some other adults, kind of lined up near a stage nearby. That's basically right underneath where the giant flagpole is, like just fucking massive American flagpole. You know, because it's the 90s.
Yeah.
And there's the camp counselor who was on the bus with you is like, all right, kids, everybody line up so we can get you through orientation.
At this point, Brandon is slowly realizing this is not band camp.
I'm at the start of the line.
They'd be making a guitar from the flag if this was band camp.
No, it's just like the surroundings and shit, you know.
He's like, wait a minute.
It's the lack of musical instruments.
This is a regular camp.
I got on the wrong bus.
Is what he realizes. Anyway, yeah, lines up.
Yeah, he ushers you all over. Roy, I imagine you go to the front of the crowd immediately.
I am as front of
the crowd as possible. My
headphones
are still on, by the way, just so you know. And that's pretty much how it is.
Do you wear your headphones? Do you wear your headphones with like the band going out the back to not mess up your mohawk, or do you slam it down right on? Okay.
No, exactly what you said. It's around the back. But anyway, he's still like drumming in the air, you know, hitting nothing, doing his thing.
Yep.
I hope you made him proficient in drums. Are you proficient in musical instrument? Please say yes.
Maybe someday. So as you all make your way to the stage area, there's no like neat lines really. Everybody's just kind of milling around.
Yeah.
A very tired-looking old man wearing a large, wide-brimmed hat waits upon the stage as you all approach, and the skinny counselor who got off the bus, once again goes like, "All right, everyone, attention!" And absolutely nobody snaps to attention.
I snap to attention.
Absolutely one person snaps to attention. You and the other teens make your way to line up in front of the stage, and the old man rubs his bleary eyes and clears his throat. In a voice louder than you were probably expecting, he announces, "Greetings, campers. My name is Director Driftwood, and I would like to offer you all a warm welcome to Camp Driftwood. I do see a couple familiar faces in the crowd here," he says, nodding to you, Roy, who has probably been to this camp like fucking 8 times or some shit.
Roy is like struggling to not nod furiously.
But I hope you will all learn to love this little family over the next several months. Now, allow me to introduce this year's camp counselors. How exciting, yes. Come up on stage now, counselors. Don't be shy. I have no idea what this dude's fucking voice is. It's gone like 3 different places.
I thought you were doing the coffin. I thought you were doing the coffin jockey.
I was trying not to. I was trying to do older coffin jockey.
He sounds like he might collapse at any moment, so I guess that's good.
That's fine.
That's what I was imagining. The director steps back and a few paces, and several people make their way onto the stage. The first to step up to the well, there is no microphone, but up to the front of the stage was the skinny man who was on the bus with you all in the undersized uniform and with the terrible voice. "Hello, kids. My name is Counselor Dixon. I'm going to be in charge of Team Stoat this year. I hope we can all get along." One of the counselors, after this introduction, a middle-aged guy wearing a visor and a fanny pack, offers a bit of polite applause. But it fades out quickly as he realizes nobody else is clapping.
Roy is clapping.
As he realizes one other person is clapping, he realizes it's getting awkward.
I just want to specify that Roy claps fervently every time someone's finished speaking.
The next one to step up is the most gym coach-looking man any of you have ever seen. Track jacket that barely fits, faded baseball cap on his head for a team.
Roy's dad from High School Musical.
Troy's dad. Faded baseball cap on his head for a team none of you have ever heard of. Gym shorts, immaculate tennis shoes, the whole 9 yards. This man is also huge. His guns are impressive, but his obvious beer belly is a little less so. He steps up to the front of the stage and says, "Good morning, runts. My name is Coach Helmsley, and I am leading Team Mole this year. I want to see some results. You got that, worms?" The crowd sits in stunned silence for a second. Coach Helmsley squints at you all, and you hear some nervous clapping from some of the other people in the audience. He nods approvingly and steps back. Next up, a young woman who you almost didn't notice steps up. She's wearing all black, heavy makeup, and wearing a t-shirt from a metal band and torn-up leggings. She looks up from the notebook she's been writing in this whole time and says, "Hey, I'm Fate, Team Badger. Sup?" She then nods and makes her way back to the chair she'd been sitting in. The last counselor offers a bit more applause before stepping up himself. Hey there, kiddos. My name's Mr. Jameson, and I am just pleased as punch to meet all of you. I'm going to be leading the skunk team this year, and I wish you all the best of luck on your summer adventures. All of the counselors return to their seats, and Director Driftwood makes his way back to the front of the stage. Thank you to all of our wonderful counselors this year. Now, all of the counselors here are going to recruit 3 of you to be on their teams, which they've outlined, and that'll determine your groups for various events and activities throughout the summer. You will also receive from each counselor a keyring and a keychain for it. While other camps offer things like merit badges, we will hand out keychains for your accomplishments here at the camp. Now, counselors, if you'd like to pick your teams, I've handed each of you a roster. And at this point, I am going to ask the 3 of you, we're going to break canon a little bit for a second. Which of these 4 people would you like to be in charge of you for the rest of this game?
Jameson.
There's the dad one, Mr. Jameson. There is Coach Helmsley, I think Helmsley. There is Fate, and there is Counselor Dixon, the extremely nervous man. Josh has voted for Dad. Josh has voted for Dad.
I wrote him. I described him as Midwestern Dad in my notes.
I'm assuming Boko wants the fucking goth metal girl.
I assume that also.
I said, you don't need to ask me why.
Fine.
Guess that makes you the tiebreaker, Swiss.
Or you could make it a tie maker and choose a third one.
You choose a third option.
Choose a third one, and then I roll a die about it and pick randomly.
So are we choosing who's in charge of all 3 of us, or what?
Yes.
We're going to be on the same team.
You're all going to be on the same team.
Oh, okay.
So basically, you can choose anxious man, gym coach, metal band lady, or Midwestern dad.
Oh shit! It is a hard choice.
Is it?
If it helps your decision at all, the metal band lady is in charge of Team Badger, and Midwestern dad is in charge of Team Skunk.
Metal lady, please.
You don't want to be on Team Skunk?
Save my life.
All right, fair enough.
I mean, it's also just naturally what Brandon.
I kind of assumed that Brandon would think skunks are cool.
Oh, I mean,
he also thinks this is out of character.
Metal is cool, so you know.
Yeah, we're not in character right now. I was just asking you guys because this may also sway your decision. So these charms will give you a small stat boost also.
Oh.
For your saving throws. Between the 2 you're debating, Skunk would give you +1 to Constitution saving throws, and Badger would give you +1 to Charisma saving throws.
Constitution is superior.
Yeah, but I don't.
Thing is, I'm proficient in both.
That's just a little bonus.
Well, that's not my problem, is it?
The little guy.
Not your problem, Josh.
All right,
but get fucked. We're going with Fate.
It sounds like you've been outvoted, Josh. I'm sorry. Nothing is stopping you from hanging out with Dad, though.
No one is sorry. If you were sorry, you wouldn't have picked it.
Now
Don't lie to me.
These are the 2.
What I want.
These are the 2 that I thought that the 3 of you would be the most interested in. I didn't think for a second there was any chance you were going to go with Gym Coach.
I hate him.
Or fucking Scream Man, because I hate doing the voice, and I think you also hate it when I do the voice.
I do.
Okay, so yeah, you may add, I guess, to your inventory if you want, what is it, Badger Charm, which gives you +1 on Charisma saving throws.
Okay.
So, Fate steps up to the microphone, and she, there's no microphone. Important. She steps up, flipping through the, roster that she was handed, the clipboard that she's got. She points to Roy first. Roy. You're on my team. And then she points. She kind
Roy
of looks
just
around.
eeps. You know that noise?
Eep.
That really. Eep. Yeah, that, but like high pitched. He just does
Excellent.
that. He couldn't contain all the noise. He tried.
He tried, but he got an eep snuck out of there. So she looks around the rest of the crowd. She points at you, Stacy, and she goes, "Stacy, yep, you're also up here." And she
Stacy
looks around for a
waves.
bit. She sees Brando still fucking air drumming and barely paying attention.
Yeah.
And you, Brandon, who I assume didn't hear that.
He didn't hear that.
She crumples up a piece of paper out of her notebook and throws it at you.
Ah, hello, what?
You're on my team, kid.
Oh, cool. What band are we in?
Oh boy.
Oh.
She smiles at you and goes back to her seat. Next up, I'm going to have to decide these really quick. I have the teams picked out ahead of time. I just have to put them in categories now. Counselor. I wrote counselor for all these, despite the fact that I started calling them other things afterwards. Coach Helmsley steps up. He points at the jock that was on the bus. Picks him. He picks that girl with the knife. Also, the crazy crazy knife girl. Picks her. And he also picks a third person who was not on your bus, so you assume he must have gotten here earlier. He's a kind of handsome-looking young fella. All about your age. I've decided that basically everybody at this camp is like 16 and older to make it not weird. Has a... You know how douchey rich kids, especially in the 90s movies, had that like sweater tied over their shoulders to show
Talking
you
about
that
a fucking ascot or whatever it's called?
I think he does also have
A real
ascot.
like
Fred.
Fred.
A real Fred type.
He has the douchey sweater like tied over his shoulders and also has an ascot. And he's like,
yeah, I know what you're talking about, like the fucking Chad from Friday the 13th video game.
Sure.
I haven't seen it. I
Hang
forgot
on, I'll
that
show you. You'll know instantly.
Well, I mean, his name is Chad.
So he picks them. You see
Counselor.
Yeah, that's the one.
I hate him.
That's the one.
Khakis?
I think he's also wearing khakis and a dress shirt. Like, this is the exact
dude.
other than the color, which I imagine being a little bit more. His color is a little bit more pastel, but this is exactly the outfit I was imagining.
Hell yeah, dude.
The nervous coach man, whose name I forgot. Fuck me. I should have written these down differently because I just call them by job title. It's later in my notes. Let's see. Okay, dad counselor. He picks the art girl. He picks this nerdy looking little fella. And he picks let's see. Who's this other one? He picks this also kind of nerdy looking, like well dressed girl also. And then the final, the nervous boy, the boy who is nervous. He picks he's sort of just left with the last three, who there's this kind of preppy looking girl that doesn't look all too dissimilar from Stacy, but like has an air of meanness about her. He picks the girl that is standing next to her, and he picks this kind of shady looking kid who's standing at the back of the crowd in a trench coat.
Is it three crows in a trench coat?
No, it's just some kid. He's got kind of long hair.
Oh yeah, it's the 90s.
He's got kind of long hair. He's covering his eyes. It's crazy.
Oh no. I know what this kid looks like. He's wearing a fedora and he's got the Morpheus glasses.
Oh no.
All right, and then so once all the teams are picked, old man wanders back up to the front of the stage and goes, "Thank you all so much for being so cooperative. Now, I think it's time you give you kids a little bit of time to explore your surroundings and get to know your fellow campers. Have fun, and we'll reconvene tonight at. He looks at a watch. He actually looks at a pocket watch he takes out. He's like, let's call it like 7 o'clock. It's a little bit after noon right now. Also, I know I said it was early morning. It was a long bus trip. It was a long bus trip on a bad bus.
I've taken like 4 or 5 hour bus rides for camps before, so it's fine.
It does that. Yep, so it's a little afternoon now. You've got some time to visit all of the areas on this lovely, fantastic map I've sketched for you, because I've decided I'm not going to go all out on everything or I'll fucking kill myself. So I've just decided that sketchy is good enough. So you've got some areas you can check out if the three of you... everybody else kind of clears out, leaving the three of you alone in the kind of stage area. I don't know if you want to talk to each other at all. That would be crazy.
No, we just immediately pick a cardinal direction and all walk simultaneously.
Is our counselor still here?
She has walked off. She's like, actually, she actually turns to the three of you as she realizes everybody else is kind of gone. She was still sitting on the stage, kind of writing. She's like, all right, kiddos, if any of you need me, I'll be at the gazebo. And she nods to you all and gives you some horns, and then walks off towards the gazebo. Towards, you assume, the gazebo.
I give horns right back, just like in the character art.
Exactly.
Got him. Badgers,
Roy
huh?
Roy waves.
Pretty sure that's been done already.
Why do you keep talking about a band?
What?
We're not a band.
This is camp.
Yeah, band camp.
No, just the normal kind. It's awesome though. There's like fire and sticks and s'mores and a lake. You can just swim in
fire and sticks and s'mores and the other stuff. You had me at it all. But it's not band camp?
No.
There's no band. There's no band here. No band happens. Not even one. Not even one band.
Dang it.
He seems a little bit nonplussed about it. He sounds upset, but not too upset. Kind of just more like, oh.
No, he's just been tricked once again by old mom.
This has happened before.
Into doing a thing.
Randy.
Into doing a thing not music related for the sake of doing a thing not music related for once in his life.
Excellent.
Well, cool. Anyways, I'm Roy. He reaches out his hand.
I fist bump.
Well, he was going for a handshake, so I guess that's awkward.
You just punch. You punch.
Is that what it's called? Is it turkey?
You just punch. You punch Roy's outstretched hand.
His open palm.
Weird.
It's Brandon. You can call me Brando though.
Okay, Brando. Got it. I'll try to remember that.
God, that sounded disgusting coming out of my mouth. I cringed at myself. Imagining myself in high school with a mohawk and all this shit, telling somebody unironically they can call me Brando.
Hi. Stacy does like a big wave, even though she's probably like only like 3 feet away from them. I'm Stacy. She like
Stacy?
The sky and the clouds, sun.
Sick.
I know, it's great out here. There's less light pollution since we're so away from everything. You can see like at least 100,000 stars.
But it's daytime.
My favorite constellation is well, yeah, but at night. My favorite constellation is Orion.
Nice.
Roy is now staring up at the sky.
Can you count them? I tried before, but it didn't work.
I just kind of have to estimate. There's too many.
I don't know much about that, but hey, let's go check out some things, huh?
Babe, I have a question.
Sure.
Do we still what was the deal with luggage?
I think you all brought like that's a good question actually. I think
Roy has
brought,
one
backpack
of things.
I think you were allowed to bring like a suit or not like a suitcase, like a duffel bag worth of stuff, like a couple changes of clothes, stuff.
Do we have those on ourselves right now, or were they brought separately? So. Then I want to go to the cabin and drop off my stuff, so I'm not carrying it all.
So you wanna head to the team cabins then?
Yes, I would like to go to the Badger cabin, and also I can lay claim to the best bed.
True.
Not if I have anything to say about it. Brandon sprints.
All right.
He doesn't know where he's going.
He goes to the counselor cabins.
Well, there's a fence.
As he's running away,
Which
as
are
as you start to
cabins?
as you start to get there,
Do you mean the staff
you realize
cabin?
there's a fence in the way. Yeah, the counselor cabins are the staff cabins.
yeah, the counselors.
Yeah,
go to
because
the
our
council
counselor
cabins.
assumedly is in the cabin with us.
No, there's literal
No,
counselor cabins
there's
up north.
cabins for the counselors. You can see up there, counselor cabins.
Where? Up
Above the
north?
director's
Right
office.
above the director's office.
I don't see that. What?
What the fuck are
What?
you talking about?
Right here.
Oh,
Right here.
sorry, I didn't see that.
I did spell
Okay,
it
that's
wrong.
Yeah,
So
I wasn't even
that.
looking there. I didn't even see that circle.
Counselor spelled
I
it
was
very
focusing on this.
incorrectly, but
There's a lot wrong.
I wasn't gonna
with that
say
one.
anything. But so you're just sprinting that way. As you're sprinting, Roy's like, "That's not the right way."
Turn around immediately and start sprinting the other way toward the gazebo.
Toward the well,
Also wrong.
Crap!
Stacy is
He turns back around and joins
while
up with the
Brandon
others
is doing
because he's
this,
stupid.
Stacy is looking at her map and heading towards the Badger cabin.
I get back to Roy.
I imagine
where the heck
the
is
three
it
of
then?
you. I imagine the three of you have like flyer. I mean, Roy probably just knows this place, but like you all got flyers. I imagine you actually didn't get yours, Brandon, because your mom was hiding it from you. So
Yeah.
you probably have no idea where shit is.
I got nothing.
Oh hey, I dig out. I pull my backpack around onto my chest
Right.
like a cool guy, and I rifle through it, and I pull out a pamphlet of the camp, and I hand it to Brando.
Camp Driftwood.
And I say, yeah, you're probably going to need this map. I don't actually need it. I've been here before. But Stacy's already heading the right way. It's over there. Roy points and begins walking. His backpack's still on the front side of
on
him.
his chest. Yes, excellent.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
So as the three of you make your way to the campers' cabins, team cabins, you see Counselor Dixon, the nervous man, arguing with that foppish douchebag from before, and the kid's going like, "There must be some mistake. I'm not supposed to be here at this camp." And Counselor Dixon goes, "Well, your name's on the registry, so it sounds like you're in the right place, but I don't know what to tell you." And as the three of you walk up, the kid like turns towards you and goes like, "Please, you have to explain to this gentleman that I do not belong here among the poors."
Brandon puts an arm around the guy and says, chill out, dude. It's fine. I thought I was a band camp, but I'm not. And it's,
Stacy
it is what it is.
And does not engage with the fop.
Why would you want to be somewhere that's not Camp Driftwood? This place is everything.
Does it have
Sometimes
bathrooms?
you even get a... No.
He makes a noise.
The cabins probably do.
He makes a noise that sounds similar to this.
Didn't hear anything. It cut out.
Damn. It was a high pitched gasp.
Oh!
Like that.
But you know what it does have? As many bugs as you can find.
He makes the same noise
Roy
again,
says
but
this,
higher.
Roy says this with absolute wonder in his eyes. He rifles in his backpack. He pulls out a very small bug net.
And Counselor Dixon turns to you, Roy. He's like, it's nice to have somebody here with some enthusiasm for camping."
Why, it's great, Counselor Dixon. This year I swear that I'm going to actually be able to start a fire and not an accident again.
Well, you know what they say. He actually like cringes a little bit as he says it. He's like, "Well, just be careful and listen to your counselor, and I'm sure everything will be okay."
I'd like to assume that that Roy was in Mr. Dixon's cabin when he went and did cinch his mustache slightly.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
It's okay, Counselor. I know how to start fires.
There's a reason Dixon did not choose him again.
What a troubling thing you've told me. I'm not gonna question that. Anyway, I've got some counselor stuff to do. Bye. And he walks off back towards the main like plaza area. And meanwhile, the fop has just been like, no, this can't be happening. This can't. He's just repeating to himself, "This can't be." Well, you haven't asked his name, so I'm just gonna continue calling him
that
the
is
fop.
his name. He is the hashtag
A
fop.
fop.
The fop is just like,
None of
he's
us are
just
gonna
like,
refer to him by his name.
he's sat down on the ground in the fetal position, like rocking back and forth, just repeating, "This cannot be happening," over and over.
Roy
again.
squats down next to him.
Oh boy.
He's like, "So, who are you? I'm Roy. This is Brando."
What's up?
I don't think he responds. I think he's just.
I'm assuming Stacy's already at the cabin.
Like I said,
yeah.
Stacy. I stated that Stacy kept moving and was not engaging with the hashtag.
Fair enough.
Fop.
So there.
We're on Team Badger.
Let me describe to you the cabin situation. So there are there are actually 6 cabins here, but it looks like 2 of them are like not in use. There's some like chains and padlocks on top of them because there's only you assume they probably on the door. No, on top. That wouldn't make any sense. Good point. You assume they probably just open up as many of these bad boys as they have teams for the summer, basically.
One of these is probably the detention cabin, like in The Parent Trap.
Since Stacy is going inside, I'll cut to her real quick. So the cabins all have like a wooden plaque on the door with a picture of the animal representative of your team. So you easily find the Badger cabin. You make your way inside. It's not locked or anything, which is fun. So it looks like the way that these cabins are arranged essentially is there is a main kind of like living area. The furnishing in the furnishing in here is sparse. There's like a ratty area rug and also like a welcome mat to wipe your feet on. There is a small, like kind of dingy looking table with a radio on it, which is, you assume, probably going to be for your entertainment purposes.
This is already nicer than the cabins I stayed in at any camp I went to.
And there's also 4 like rooms off to there's like 2 rooms on the left side, 2 rooms on the right side. If you look up, actually, you'll see that the walls of these rooms do not like connect with the ceiling, so they're all kind of like, the walls are like decently high. They're like 8 feet, but they're like open. It's not like a soundproof space.
Mm-hmm.
And rather than air conditioning, this is one of those kind of cabins that's got like nets at the top of it because, paying for
you're talking like up under the overhang.
Yeah, so like it's got some nice ventilation. It's not like super hot in here, but it's also like not wicked private. They had the decency to give you separate like bedrooms as you actually crack open.
That's
whichever
more
bedroom.
than I was expecting.
It's to make it less weird.
Thank you.
They had decency to give you separate bedrooms, but not a whole lot of privacy because teens.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's 3. Somebody has done something.
Whoopsie.
Badger charm.
You're a badger charm.
So yeah, just remember whenever you have to roll a charisma throw, just remember that. I don't know if there's a way to add it automatically.
To what
I'm sure there
that or the saving throws. Let me see.
Just to the roll.
To the
it
saving
might be something
throw?
you can fuck with in the formula, but we can worry about it later.
I found it. I'll go over it
each
later.
of these bedrooms basically has like a bed with a somewhat uncomfortable looking mattress and a dresser, and that's about it.
Okay.
So yeah,
can I tell, like, has Fate set up in one of these rooms? Because you said there's 2 rooms on either side, right?
Counselor cabin.
No.
So
that'd be wildly irresponsible.
So
the counselor for the kids is in the cabin.
Here's kind of what I'm thinking. The counselor cabins are kind of like a private space for the counselors, but I think they sleep in the team cabins to, meet supervisors.
The way it was for like the camps I went to is like staff for like okay, these were church camps, so I'll just put that out there. It was like for the music and like the food staff had like separate cabins, while the counselors usually we had two would be in the cabins with the kids.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm imagining. Is like they have their own like private space in the counselor cabins where they can like keep their stuff.
If they need
but
to
I
have
think
an important talk.
if they want to just have some private time.
Man,
Without
that brings me back. Church fucking camp. Oh fuck.
That's
Hate it.
what I'm basing all this off of.
Yeah, I went to Boy Scout camp. There's like 100 million
I've never
kids
been to
and
camp.
like 12 counselors. So
That's why I'm here. It's to help your narrative be more realistic.
I've never been to camp.
well, to
but
be
I've watched a
realistic
lot of
to your
cartoons about
specific
camp.
church camps.
Same, yeah, because my church camp experience was definitely different. But
yeah,
I've watched a lot of TV shows about camping.
Like Camp Laszlo. But yeah, I mean, I've seen it where like the counselors don't have to be in the exact same cabin. They're normally close by, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's just
It
like
varies.
you all have like private,
especially because we're not like
rooms.
we're not like literal babies. We're like all 16. So it's not
that's
like
how
we're gonna
old
just like.
I was.
I'm just saying
Okay.
that
or it
there's
was a literal
multiple
baby when he first came here.
there
That's
are
why he loves it
multiple
so much.
camping experiences
Yeah,
depending on how much people care.
and this is our experience here and now in Camp Driftwood.
Yep.
Driftwood,
So yeah,
Driftwood.
you claim one of the rooms, and I don't know if you head back outside to see the fops sobbing in between Roy and Brandon.
I inspect the rooms. I see like which one Fate's staying in, and I want the one that's like next to that one because the other one is. Yeah.
You see one of them has one of the rooms has a like duffel bag on one of the beds, so you assume that.
Yeah,
is, like,
so I
where
go
you
to the
belong.
room next to that and taught
Okay.
us like my duffel bag and like the sleeping bag I brought on the bed.
Cool.
And try to like get all that stuff sorted and unpacked.
Okay. We'll cut back to the fop and friends. So
I have a hand on his shoulder.
He is at this point calmed down somewhat. And goes, "Sorry, you shouldn't have to see me like that. My name is Nathaniel."
Fuck you.
I'm sorry.
I
typed out the name already when I was writing, and then I thought about it, and then I'm like, nah, I'm leaving it.
Fuck you.
Hey Nathaniel, I'm Roy. This is Brando.
Brando. That sounds interesting.
Pretty cool, huh? I mean, it's just a nickname. You can call me Brandon if you want.
Hmm.
Yeah, but why would you do that when you have a cool nickname like Brando?
True.
Anyways, we're in Team Badger.
Oh, I am on team. Double check my notes. Nathaniel.
I know you're on Team Mole with Coach Helmsley.
Right. Yes. He kind of like looks downward in a very moderately terrified manner.
He seems a lot tougher than he is. He yells a lot.
Yes,
Just
I gathered that.
Be careful of that. Man, I was really hoping that I'd get Counselor Jameson again this year. He is great. He's got like sunscreen for days. I don't know if you saw his fanny pack, but there's like 3 different types of SPF in there. It's awesome. I should buy a fanny pack. I should save up for a fanny pack. Do you know how much fanny packs go for?
How much can it cost? Like $30?
$30?
I have no idea how much fanny packs cost, and neither does Nathaniel.
That was so
like I don't know, like $7, $12.
You can buy a lot with $30.
I'm going to see if I can find some indoor plumbing. Good day. And he wanders off fruitlessly to definitely not find any indoor plumbing.
Oh.
I think he'll adjust.
Yeah, I mean, I adjusted pretty quick. It is what it is. I'm already here. Can't drive.
The bus is broken. The bus was literally smoking when we got off of it.
That's the spirit. Soon you'll forget all about not being at band camp. Once you see the clear-ish,
When you see the clearing.
muddied water, the lake's pretty fun. You just gotta ignore the fact that it's a little. You know what? You'll see when you get there. Never mind.
So here's a fun fact. I haven't actually named the lake. Do y'all want to name the lake?
It's gotta be something really dumb, like Lickatoo.
That's a real lake.
Bro.
Is it?
It might be. It sounds
Are you
dumb
sure?
enough.
It sounds like a real lake name.
You know what?
At least,
You know what a
doesn't it?
dumb lake name is? The lake by the shack.
Shack Lake.
Sus.
Named
Lake
after Shaquille
sus.
O'Neal.
Well, that's much dumber than Lake Lickatoo.
This lake was actually paid to be dug out by Shaquille O'Neal.
I'm just saying.
Shaquille O'Neal dug this lake out
Shaquille
himself
O'Neal
with the
owns
profits.
Camp Goodwin.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, it's him, Shaq.
Wait, this is Camp Goodwin? I thought this was Camp Driftwood.
No, Camp
is the
Goodwin's
one
the
across-
good camp across the
Across the
Oh,
lake.
I see.
across Lake Blank.
That
We're
would be
deciding-
funny if a fucking Shaquille O'Neal owned Camp Goodwin for some reason.
Don't give me ideas.
Now back to the lake name. I've given us one lake name. Does anyone else have a suggestion? Comments, thoughts, ideas?
Let's see. Let me think about names. We're going. Let's see.
I've said Lake Lickatoo.
Does it have to have lake in the name? Can I call it
Okay.
creek?
Well, no, it's a lake.
It's a lake.
Okay. Okay.
It's a
okay.
lake. So,
Do you know many
okay.
lakes named Creek?
Honestly, I couldn't tell the difference between the lake and the creek.
Well, you
What
see,
creek?
a creek is a small stream of water, whereas a lake
Well, the
is
creek
a large
was very
body
big.
of water.
The creek was very big.
That's a river.
It was
a
a lake.
big, a big
It should've
creek is just
been
a
a lake.
river.
You know, if the water's like moving in one direction, that's sort of an
Hmm.
indicator that it's not a lake.
I mean,
Saskatoon is a real lake.
okay. Josh mentioned it being muddy. It could just be called like
Sus-
Mud Bottom Lake or something.
Mud Bottom
Sasquatch
Lake.
Lake.
Mud bottom.
Squatch
There's mud at the
Bottom
bottom.
Lake.
Squat. Ooh,
Squatch
Squatch-
Bottom?
Squatch Bottom.
I don't
I
want
think
it to be
Mud
called
Bottom
Squatch
rolls off
Bottom.
the tongue a little better and is also not as
I know
gross
that.
sounding.
That's the point, Twisty.
Listen, the only thing I know about lakes is they're either named after Native American words or French words. That's all lakes ever. Because in Wisconsin, that's every goddamn lake.
Lake Michigan.
Yeah,
That's
Michigan's
not
a.
Wisconsin.
Oh, well, it's not in Wisconsin. It
borders.
borders this.
Yeah.
No, I was
It's
just saying.
It's not
that
in any
that's
state.
not a French name, is it? Or is it?
I believe Michigan is related to Native Americans, but I could be wrong.
Oh, you
Let me
might
look
be
it up.
right. You are
since-
correct.
Yeah, like, dude,
So-
I'm not lying. I wouldn't lie about this. Like,
I could tell
everything
you
around
about-
here is named after Native Americans or French.
The other
names.
the town I used to live in was basically meant knee deep in mud in a local Indian language.
That's like why we have a Lake Winnebago.
How
Let's
do you
just
feel
get through
about-
this. Let's just.
How is okay? So apparently in French, Bigfoot is hold on,
Gros pied.
Grossi,
Oh,
which is spelled gross.
Oh, I hate whatever you just said.
Yeah, that was nothing.
Which is spelled like this.
Gross speed.
Just call it fucking Bigfoot Lake if you want to be that way about it.
We could just call
If
it
you're going the
Lake,
Bigfoot
I
route.
suppose. I just think it'd be funny, but
The lake is shaped like a big foot.
it could be.
Listen,
Yeah,
I
I
said
mean-
my idea, and I've come up with no other ideas. So
Same.
you're on your own.
I don't think it's that deep. I mean, the lake probably is.
The
But
lake
The
is
lake's-
quite deep.
the lake is deep enough.
I will accept
deep
Squatch
enough
Bottom.
lake.
Squatch, you will accept Squatch Bottom? Are you
enough.
sure?
Yes, because it's horrible, much like the
Why would you
can.
accept that?
Because it fits.
Michigan comes
Does
from
it?
the Ojibwa
Yes!
word for big lake.
Mud bottom
garbage.
bits and it's less gross.
No, the point is to be gross, Swissy.
Is
Don't
it?
you get it? Yes.
No, it's not to be terrible, Boko. The camp is charming and terrible.
and trash.
Not just
Falling
bad
apart.
and bad. Yeah. That's why Mud Bottom is a little more pleasing, at least. It sounds bad, but it doesn't make me want to kill myself.
Well, a guy says that Michigan comes from a word for big lake.
Yes,
incredible.
It does.
I don't care at this point.
I'm glad humans throughout history have just been naming stuff the dumbest names. It's great.
Steven, can you just make an executive decision here and name the lake?
We're gonna call it Lake Mud Bottom.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. So that's what we're going with.
Mud bottom.
Got that muddy bottom.
So are the other two of you gonna
Mud Bottom Lake? You keep. Sorry.
Oops, I closed roll 20.
Yeah,
anyway.
Stacy has already claimed a room. I don't know if the other two of you are gonna go drop your junk off.
Well, of course.
I'm always dropping off my junk.
Gross.
Yeah, so
Weird.
you enter the
cabin. I walk into the
see,
cabin.
Yeah. You enter the cabin, you see the same thing I just described. There's like a ratty rug and a welcome mat and a radio on a table. And you see that the two rooms on the right are kind of already, one of them is cracked, and you guess that is probably the one that Stacy is in. Did you just leave Fate's door open when you saw she wasn't there?
No, I think I closed it back up after seeing that her stuff was in there.
Okay, so yeah, there's two rooms on the right, two rooms on the left, and basically there's one at the front and one at the back of the cabin on each side.
I go and open the left front room, and I set my bag down.
I go to the back.
Cool. You've all claimed your rooms. Exciting gameplay.
Yes. Amazing. I walk out of my room.
Stacy is organizing her makeup.
Oh my god.
I'm in the common area.
Pull out like one of those little mini mirror stands, and it's on like the dresser. There's a bunch of like unknown makeups and nail polishes around it.
Nice.
All very organized.
Excellent. Very good.
I just tossed my bag and drumsticks in the corner. Don't need them right now.
Separate from the bag.
Yeah.
You all hear a loud wooden clattering throughout the cabin.
Yeah, you just hear like
because there are no real walls.
You okay, Brando?
Yeah. Hey, this is weird. Don't talk to me.
He doesn't say
that. He doesn't say that. That's rude.
Roy never speaks to Brando again.
No.
Out of politeness.
All right, so yeah,
it's just a series of Roy beginning to say words and then realizing it's to Brando and going.
No, don't.
Return to sender.
So you all clear up and organize your shit, and you still got some time to explore if you want. I can give you some places where things will be. There is the pier, the sports arena, the camp store, the cafeteria, the outdoor theater, and the gazebo.
Stacy wants to go to the stores.
Okay.
Is Stacy going to reveal this information to us?
She wants to see what's in the shops.
Because Roy's hanging out in the common area, just assuming that everyone will come out of their rooms at some point.
Brandon comes out of his room at some point.
Stacy, I assume, also comes out of her room at some point to go, hey, I'm going to the camp store, unless you plan on phasing through the wall.
Oh yeah, after
Stacy crawls out the window so she can avoid everyone.
Now listen, I've almost done this in real life just to avoid the people that my parents are having over for dinner, so I could go get dinner. But after she's done like organizing her room, like fixing her bed situation and like organizing her makeup table, she walks out of her side of the cabin. Did you say some of you guys were in the main area?
Some means both because there's only two
both of us are here.
Both of you in the.
We dropped our bags and then walked back into the living area.
Wow.
Yeah.
She goes, oh, hi. I'm going to go look at some of the other places in the camp. And she begins to head out.
Oh, sick. Can we come with?
Sure. Do you have money?
No, not really.
Nah.
Me neither. I'm going to the store.
Sick.
Excellent. All right, so you all
And
make
we
your
also
way
go-
to the back to the like central area. It's a couple minutes walk. Well, it's not a couple minutes. It's like maybe a minute or two, minute and a
Small
half.
camp.
Small. It's not a very big. Well, it's just I don't think it makes sense for the campers' cabins to be like a fucking mile away from everything. So yeah, you make your way back to that big center area with the stage and the flagpole. There are 3 buildings in this area, and I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paths in total. The camp store is located between the entrance to Camp Driftwood and the path to the theater, which you can see on a sign. As you enter the camp store, you see that nerd kid being harassed by the kid in the trench coat, who has it open, and on the inside of his trench coat, you can see a bunch of keychains that he's procured from somewhere. And he's going, "What are you buying?"
What are you buying?
And then
what are you selling? Brandon says, walking up.
The nerd kid is like, "I'm not buying anything. I don't have money. What are you?" And then you hear the other kid go, "No, we don't trade in money here, friend. We trade in bottle caps. Got any bottle caps?" And the nerd kid is like, "No, what?"
This isn't Fallout.
Is that? And then so the other kid goes, "Then get out of my store." And the nerd kid is like, "Is this your store?" And this is the scene that the 3 of you walk in on.
So this man is harassing this child.
No, he's another child. They're both children.
Oh wait, so he doesn't run the store. He's just some kid.
Some weirdo.
Fucking being a dick.
He might run the store. Are you asking me or are you asking him?
I'm asking you.
Roy walks in and is just instantly like, "Hello."
What's going on here?
Seeing that it's not lucrative, the other kid turns to the 3 of you and goes, "Hello, I'm Gregory, and I run the." He opens his coat. "The black market here at this camp. I only trade in bottle camps, but I can get you anything you want as long as it's charms or some random knickknacks I found."
Neat.
Like what?
I'm assuming we have no bottle caps at this point, Soup.
You have no bottle caps.
If I had to guess.
You have no
What do you do with the bottle caps?
Wouldn't you like to know? He smiles.
I would. That's why I asked.
It's just like the future game Fallout that doesn't exist yet, where you trade bottle caps for goods.
No, Fallout 1 and 2 were out already. They came out in the 90s.
Yeah, they came out. They're very old.
They were text-based, though, if I recall.
They were like Baldur's Gate.
They're
like Baldur's Gate.
Oh, okay.
Came out in 1997, which I wouldn't assume we're late 90s right now.
We are nebulous 90s.
We are somewhere in the 90s.
Swissy.
We're running in the 90s.
So you take a glance at his wares, and each of the things in his coat has like a piece of tape with a number of that you assume equates to the amount of bottle caps he wants for them. Scribbled out beneath them, there's a couple charms, including one for like rope tying, one for swimming, one for fireworks display, which is wild. You also see in the other side of his coat, he has some like random weird stuff. He's got like a weird mug. He's got a cool stick. It looks very cool.
Okay.
He has just a fucking like Game Boy, not a Game Boy Color even, just a Game Boy.
Nice.
Taped to the inside. That one's worth a lot of bottle caps. I was like, "So, what are you buying?"
I don't have any bottle caps.
Yeah, same.
My mom doesn't let us get soda. We drink tap water. Sometimes we make lemonade.
He frowns at both of you. You other girl. What are you are you buying?
Only girl even.
Only girl, are you buying?
Subscribe to my Only Girl.
I have money.
What what was that you said? I didn't hear you.
I'd buy if I had money. What are you selling? Ooh.
Well, I'm selling anything you can get as long as it's charms or knickknacks.
She looks very closely at the various things he has. That's a cool stick.
It is a cool stick. That's why it's with so many bottle caps. I don't have a number yet because you guys don't have currency to spend, so like shh.
This is
also-
when one of us reveals that we have written in our inventory 5,000 bottle caps we brought from home.
Oh no.
My backpack is full of only bottle caps. I break your game. I didn't pack shit but bottle caps for my multi-month
bag
stay
is
at this camp.
I thought it was a bottle cap camp, you know?
Bottle cap camp, yeah.
I thought it was a hybrid band bottle cap camp. So I only brought 2 drumsticks and a bunch of bottle caps.
So the
Amazing.
kid is if you ever do find yourself in possession of some bottle caps, why don't you hit up old Gregory? And then
Thanks, I won't.
and then the other
Why would
kid
you
is like-
not?
the other kid is like, I don't trust this guy. Is he allowed to do this?
Let me check.
I don't know.
Roy rifles in his back pocket and pulls out a very tattered rule book.
I think it doesn't say anything
I've gone to look
specific
at other
about
things in
bottle
the
cap
shop.
training.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it doesn't say it. That's what I was gonna go with. It doesn't say anything about bottle cap training being not allowed.
I don't know. It just feels suspicious. And Gregory's like, "Oh, don't you worry. Everything here is completely above board." And you can't see it because his hair is in front of his eyes, but he winks. That's just for you to know.
Also, this rule manual might be outdated. I think it's from the 80s. Nope, that's a 70s.
So yeah, around the camp store, in addition to these magic items that I will give you the opportunity to buy someday, there's also things like snacks, various cheap toys that you can get for like prizes for stuff. I don't know. I think there's like a pinball machine in the corner, but it's out of order.
Do they have this thing? Do they have the? Okay, here's the thing.
Yep.
The only thing that I remember ever purchasing from the Boy Scout camp store was incredibly specific. You could get ice cream sandwiches, like the cookie ice cream sandwiches, but there was
Right.
also a big mallet, right? And there's an option if you want to where they just hit the sandwich with the mallet to flatten it.
Oh,
That's incredible.
shit.
Yeah, you see a big mallet next to a freezer, and your mind is a wonder.
Yeah. It was that in malt cups, and also there was for some reason frozen Toblerones were
Does that make
inexplicably
this
popular.
sandwich better?
No, it just makes it flat.
It just makes it flat. It makes it worse.
Okay.
In
It
many
makes it
ways.
flatter. Listen, I don't claim to know anything about camping outside of Boy Scout camp. Boy Scout camp is weird. That's like
Yeah.
the only thing anyone spent any money on at the camp stores was ice cream and frozen Toblerones. I think it was Toblerones, anyways.
Yeah, so
Did you visit?
the nerd kid goes like, well, I guess if everything's above board, I suppose if I find any bottle caps, I'll let you know. And Gregory's like, good. And as he's leaving, he's like, oh, he turns back to the two of you. He's like, I'm Jerry, by the way.
Hi,
What's up,
Jerry.
Jerry?
I'm Roy. This is Brando. That's Stacy.
Hi.
Hello.
Come on.
I mean,
Yeah,
what's up? He doesn't say hello. He never says hello.
He kind
What
of
am I doing?
he kind of like shakes both of your hands, and then he very like nervously doesn't shake Stacy's hand, and he's like nice to meet you.
Oh my God.
Bye, and then he leaves.
Ew.
Gregory does not leave. In fact, he posts up behind the counter, just kind of like kicks it there.
Oh wait, so does he double as the shop owner and the black market owner? This dude's got a monopoly on the fucking camp.
He's playing both sides, so he always comes out on top.
He's like, well, I sort of drew the lot this year for running the camp store as one of my duties, but old Gregory's got to get somewhere he can, eh?
Isn't that a conflict of interest or
Says
something?
a 16-year-old. He's like, well, I don't sell anything that we sell at the store, so it's fine. Besides, I only trade in bottle caps, which are much more valuable than
enough.
currency, frankly.
What
Why
do
is
you
that?
sell at the store?
What? You all spoke at the same time. One at a time, please.
What do you sell at the store? She looks behind him at the things on the shelves.
Mostly food, but Dad uses money, he says with disdain. We mostly got like snacks and stuff. Sundries. That sort of thing. I forgot to mention
Where do we
earlier.
get money?
Oh no. Did you bring any money?
No.
Sounds like you're shit out of luck, innit?
Do you buy things? I'll bring you a cool rock. If I find one.
I don't think he kind of like looks interested. He rubs his chin. I'll think about it.
Cool rock.
Ah. Brandon
Steven.
puts that in the back of his mind to find a cool rock.
Yes.
Side note, Steven, because I've forgotten
Yep.
as I was taking notes here. Was Nerdman Jerry? Was he
Yes.
on Skunk or Stoat?
Jerry was on. I have the list open this time. Jerry's on Badger. Wait, that can't be right. You're on Badger.
Like that we are
You're on
Badger.
Wait a minute.
It has to be Stoat or
I
Skunk.
forgot. It's Skunk. I forgot that Fate had a last name. So I was like,
Oh,
this
you just
called her
must be
Fate.
the other. Yeah, I know.
Is her last name Stay Night?
No.
Oh my god.
No. Like I said, like I called them counselor, coach, and mister for the other three so that I could differentiate them better. And then Fate, I just called Fate because I don't think she goes by a title.
I mean, that's fine. Fate is
The
her title.
nameless one.
Fate is her name.
I had
Anyway.
a really hard time not just calling Mr. Jameson Dad in my
Mr. Dad.
notes. All right, so yeah, you can hit up any of the other places now if you want.
I would like to check out the theater.
All right. Anybody else got any?
I would also like
ideas?
to check out the theater.
I'm just tagging along with them at this point. I have already checked out all these places.
Well, yeah, I guess
I'm
you know
happy to
everything.
see
You're
them
just
again.
sort of... Yep. So the three of you exit the camp store, and Gregory gives you a wave as you leave. And
I wave back aggressively.
You go towards the theater area. It's basically there's a big open stage. It's kind of like rounded in the front. It's got like Coliseum seating where it's got like tiers of basically like flattened logs. For
Yeah,
seating
like
at
the
different parts on a
the
hill.
charm place from Monster Camp.
Yeah, exactly. And it's got like some kind of raggedy looking curtains over the backstage area, quote unquote. It's all like open air though, so there's no like it's not like there's a room anywhere on this. Yeah, it's an amphitheater. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking of. That's the word I was looking for and forgot.
You're welcome.
You also spelled it in the European way.
Amphitheater.
I was a theatre student, and I spell it that way now. I'm sorry. It's how it is.
That's why you're gay now.
That's why I'm gay
It all
now.
makes sense. It all comes together.
Big theater is trying to sell it.
There's the only person you see here is actually the art girl from before. You recognize her from the bus. She's kind of like reciting some Shakespeare that I'm not going to do because I don't have it pulled up. Just like sounds like she's like standing on different parts of the stage and just kind of checking out the acoustics. Nice. As she notices the three of you walk into the theater area, she kind of waves and hops down from the stage.
Hi. Stacy waves at her.
Hello.
Hello.
Nice to meet the three of you. I saw you guys on the bus. I just kind of was.
I saw you too.
Yeah, we were both there. All of us.
Funny, I didn't really see anyone because I was at the front.
I saw everyone.
Fair point. I don't know if you did. You seemed like you were kind of busy. Yeah, my name is Danny. It's nice to meet you all.
Hi, I'm Stacy.
Hello, Stacy.
I'm Roy.
I'm Brandon.
Hi, Roy. Hi, Brandon.
He goes by Brando.
Excuse me. Hi, Brando.
Okay. Josh?
She kind of laughs.
The person?
Yeah.
I hate you, but it's fine. It's a funny bit. But
Babe,
you've done it again, and you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like the direction. You've done it again, you bastard.
Babe, are you
I
keeping
don't know what you're
track of
talking about.
who will call Brandon Brando?
No, but
This should be
I'm
in your
sure I'll
notes.
just forget. I'll just put a
Probably.
B next to the people who say Brando, I guess.
Man.
You're welcome, Swissy.
Thanks, asshole.
Listen, Roy thinks it's a cool nickname. He's really enamored with it.
Cool.
That's not my fault.
So
It is your fault.
I hope we can all have fun. I hope we get to put on some kind of show here at this theater. The acoustics are pretty good, honestly, considering the construction.
Oh, like the guitar.
She motions to the everything here looks kind of like shit. And that's just sort of the aesthetic of this whole camp. Like it's put together enough that if it's stormed, it'd probably be fine, but like it doesn't look good.
It's function over fashion.
Yes.
I feel like that's even that's a bit too high praise for it, but
it's the most utilitarian thing that money can buy. And then money can forget about for a little bit while a maintenance person just kind of like does their best.
And so art person Danny was on Skunk, right? Danny?
I believe so. Danny, D-A-N-I.
Danny.
That's what I said. I said Danny, and then you corrected me.
Oh. Yes.
No, that's because you said
she was
Danny,
on Skunk as well
Dunn.
she was on Skunk with Jerry as well.
Yeah, with Nerd Jerry. I'm giving them titles so I remember them.
Yeah, give them all 80s archetype names and titles. That's what I did. I'm gonna read to you my notes verbatim for the characters you've met so far. Jerry, nerd. Nathaniel, rich lad sent to the wrong camp. Danny, artsy girl. These are all I have written for most of these characters.
Perfect.
Nice.
She's like, well,
anyway,
I hope
what's up with the theater?
I mean, this is not my voice. Oh, I was just kind of checking.
Oh, I didn't ask that in character. I'm sorry. I was just asking like what's around. What's to see?
Not much really. There's woods on most sides here. There's actually kind of a, I don't know if you ever seen those like shit ass plastic fences that mostly just kind of fall down. There's one of those basically around the entire like trail area of all of the camp. There's like a little bit of trees inside them, but most of it is just to give the illusion of woods. But there's a shit ass plastic fence around most of the camp to keep out wildlife as unsuccessfully as it might.
Nice.
Is there anything that specifically is successful at keeping out?
You hope bears.
Ones.
Nice.
But yeah, there's not really a lot at the theater. She was the only like person here, and yeah, the theater itself, like I said, the stage looks like decently well built. It's just old, and the chairs look not. The chairs are just sawed in half logs, which look not very comfortable.
Oh yeah, it's I know the ones, the half logs with the circle logs on the bottom.
Yep. They're basically just like tiered seating, kind of like half like buried into the hill so that it, is tiered.
Yeah.
Yep.
Makes sense.
So Danny's like, well, it's good to meet you all. I think I'm actually gonna go sit down by the stage and sketch. The trees around here are pretty interesting. And she
Okay. Bye.
She goes up on the stage and leans against the like back wall area and pulls out her sketchbook from her backpack.
Nice.
Stacy pulls out her map and looks at what places they haven't gone to yet.
So there's the pier, the sports arena, the cafeteria, and the gazebo.
How about I see. That's been added on there. No, I've chosen where we've gone. Why don't one of you mooks choose?
Roy has no preference. Oh, I've been to all these places before. What about you, Brando? What do you like? Do you like sports? There's sports.
Not really my thing. Go to the lake. That'd be cool.
Yeah, we can go look at Lake Mudbottom.
Go look at the lake.
Let's go look at the lake. We go to look at the lake.
All right, as you go to the lake, you guys actually pass the gazebo, and Fate is sitting there on the gazebo, on one of the benches. She gives you all a wave. She's kind of just
Stacy does Stacy does a big wave back.
Roy also waves.
She smiles back at the two of you. You also see another girl here, that kind of like preppy popular girl here, only she looks a little bit taller than she did before. And you realize it's because she's standing on the back of another girl, the girl that was with her, and like holding a what looks to be a brick in the air, just kind of like waving it around in different directions.
I pause.
Weird.
What's going on in this neck of the woods? Like literally, what's happening? What is happening? Is what Brandon asked.
Fate just kind of like looks at you three and goes like, eh. She just kind of shrugs, and the other girl, the one doing the stepping, and waving around the brick object, which as you get closer, you realize it's a big ass cell phone.
Oh, I see.
It's satellite phone. I know the ones you're talking about.
Trying to get reception around here, but it sucks. And Fate's
Have you tried glowing up?
She's like, yeah, why do you think I'm standing on Susie?
I don't know.
Have you tried going down by the lake? There's less things in the way down there.
She's like, I don't know. The lake is farther down than here, so I don't think that would work. And Fate,
you're right.
Fate kind of like as an aside to the three of you, who is like, there's definitely no reception here anywhere.
What have you tried climbing the flagpole? That's really tall.
Oh no.
And get my hands dirty? No thanks.
That's fair. I don't know if it would work anyways. We don't I don't have one of those thingies, so I don't know how they work.
Just hoist yourself up there.
Poppy has one of those.
What's that?
Just hoist yourself up there like a flag.
And she goes, why don't
you just said she didn't want to get her hands dirty?
You know what? Why don't you climb up the flagpole for me and see if you can get some reception? She says, blinking at you manipulatively.
Sure, why not?
Are you actually going to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess you take a detour from your lake trip. I wasn't expecting this.
To turn straight around.
You offered. I'm not gonna pass up a side quest.
Yeah, maybe we could just like.
It was a joke.
Soups, if I do it, I'll ask her for bottle caps. Okay. I'll ask her to collect any bottle caps she finds and give them to me. That way, basically, I just collect bottle caps for free off of this one side quest.
What's he's created interest?
Swissy has decided a lot of things on his own without any input from the DM.
He's decided there are side quests and that he can get bottle caps from them for one thing. As if that this entire experience is not just so I can introduce all of the characters and then get the plot rolling.
Whoopsie. I mean, if we want to skip it, that's fine. I literally don't care.
So no, here's what actually happens. She's like, actually,
no, we're doing it.
She starts to hand you her phone. She goes, actually, you know what? No, I don't think I trust you. She says, kind of like looking you up and down.
Oh, who couldn't trust Brando? Look at him. Roy gestures.
I am.
He's great.
That's fine.
Those phones are pretty expensive.
She steps off of her friend's back and says, "Come on, fuck, what was her name? Come on, Susie. We're gonna go check out the theater." And Susie goes, "Coming, Charlotte," and they leave. They leave.
So those two are on Team
competition
Stowe, right?
To be more annoying.
Yes, those two are on Team Stowe. I can't believe I've been
denied my climbing escapade
with Gregory.
Yes, Gregory is also on Team Stowe. The popular girls and the black market runner. It's great.
Nice.
So yeah, you guys, I get Fate's like, oh, thank you for getting them out of here.
I didn't really do anything. They
Can't
seemed
believe she didn't
annoyed.
trust me. That's annoying.
Yeah, who could not trust you?
I mean,
How long does
they
it
just-
take you to get your mohawk like
looks
that?
can be deceiving. It takes a long time, dude.
Fate's like word, and she nods at you and is like, I think you look pretty cool.
Ah, sick.
All right, so the three of
I
you
mean, you
continue.
do and stuff. Yeah.
I guess
rocking.
we're going to the lake.
Yeah, so the three of you continue to your lake adventure now that this side trip to the gazebo has happened.
Side quest.
Side quest. Did I get
I,
any bottle caps?
I hesitate to call it a quest because Swissy seems to think that if there's a quest, he'll get bottle caps. For
No,
it.
wait. Before we leave,
Yep.
hey, Fate, you got any bottle caps?
What?
Just like,
I don't know. Fate might
around.
drink IBC. Y'all remember IBC?
I do
No.
not remember.
Didn't know if you
Yeah,
had
what are
any
you
bottle
talking
caps
about?
around or anything.
IBC was
it-
like
it's
a root beer thing.
yeah, no.
I don't
Just
know if we
Oh,
wondering,
learned it
for a
from
friend.
90s. I didn't drink it.
She goes like, no, I haven't seen any bottle caps. I mean, I guess I'll let you know if I do. I didn't take you for the conscientious type.
You could say that. I'm more of a collector. I like to collect bottle caps, as it turns out.
You
All
collect
right.
bottle caps, Brando? That's great. I collect stuff too. I collect one thing, I should say.
He's lying, by the way, because
What-
he
what-
doesn't collect bottle caps. He
Well,
just
yeah,
wants
I
them
know.
for the store.
He collects
know.
bottle caps the same way I collect money.
Exactly.
Roy does not realize that you're lying. He thinks you're also a collector.
Which is fine. It just sells it better.
No, what do you
Cool.
collect?
Yeah, if you
What do you collect,
see
Roy?
any, I'll grab them.
Issues of Ragnar the Ripped.
She actually
I
kind of
have
raises
almost all of them.
She raises an eyebrow and goes like, "Oh, I didn't think anybody read that."
Oh, it's great. See, I got it real cheap at the thrift store. Someone just dropped off a whole load of them. They were like 80% of the issues already. It was awesome.
I'll have to
Since
be
then,
read.
I've been hooked.
Nice.
I'll have to give him a read sometime. All right, you kids don't take care. Don't listen. I know what you did was cool and all, but like, don't go around bullying the other campers.
Wait, what did
Why
we
would
do?
we bully anyone? That would be rude.
And then she like kind of as an aside to herself is like, probably should have stopped them from doing the cell phone. It's whatever. And she goes back to writing. So yeah, you three can continue onto your lake adventure. As you get to the shack, which is a rundown, kind of half collapsed looking like boathouse on the edge of the pier. At the end of the pier, actually, you see a single canoe tied off, and you see a lawn chair spread out at the edge of the dock, and you see the bus driver sitting in that chair, fishing. And next to the bus driver, you see the girl with the fucking Bowie knife in her belt, at the edge of the water, like posed as if she's going to jump in.
She couldn't stab the water.
She doesn't have the Bowie knife out; it's just in her belt.
I thought she was like gonna go
scabbard.
fucking manually fishing for a minute.
Me too.
Roy clonks his way onto the pier.
The girl turns around and gives you a shh.
My platform boots are very loud as I walk onto the pier.
Roy pauses immediately. He freezes mid-step. He falls over.
They'll hear you
Is he
coming.
Water.
Who'll hear us coming?
No, he just falls onto the pier. So he thumps down.
You
He goes,
hear you hear a plop from the water, and then with zero hesitation, this girl dives into the water, and also the bus driver also stands up and begins reeling in their line. And a couple seconds later, you see the bus driver reel in a decent looking, I don't know, what's a fish that's what's a Midwestern fish?
Bass.
A decent sized bluegill. And then you
like
see a couple seconds later that other girl, completely soaked head to toe now because she dove into the water, hold up like a fucking really a fairly large carp.
Wow.
With her bare hands.
Stacy says
you were
very
correct.
loudly. Stacy says very loudly from the pier.
Roy rolls over on the pier. Oh, what happened? What did I miss?
Victory!
You got a big fish.
Yes, I did.
Oh,
and then
dang it.
What is it?
It's a carp.
Sick.
The bus driver you see just like tosses the fish back into the lake, just lets it back go.
Oh.
You see the girl like start to like she puts like the fish on the pier as she like gets back up onto the pier, but the bus driver like kind of glares at her and then just kind of scoots the fish back into the water.
Aww.
Tiffany's like, hey my dinner, and the bus driver's like, you don't need that.
It's also for the best. Carp aren't that good to eat.
We serve food here.
Yeah, the cafeteria is awesome. Sometimes they're out of forks, so you get spoons.
It does happen. It does happen.
That was the most white bread thing I've ever heard come out of somebody's mouth.
The bus driver goes back to calmly fishing, and the other girl is like walks towards you all, still soaking wet and like wringing out her hair.
Hi, what's your name?
Roy has not stood up yet. He's still kind of on the floor.
She walks over to the three of you and says, I'm Tiffany, world wildlife survival expert.
Oh, for real? Roy hops up. That's so cool. I wanted to be able to survive in the wild, but it turns out that I'm really what was the word used? Catastrophically bad at it.
It's like, oh, I'm sure you can't be that bad. All you have to do is keep trying.
Someday I've been
you
doing
too
that.
may be able to catch a fish with your bare hands.
That would be great.
You just have to learn to fight with the depths.
Roy tries to stand up and stumbles a little bit on the pier.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh no.
Let's do it. 0.
Incredible.
You fall in the lake.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh no.
Can he swim? How deep is the water here?
Yes.
It's only a couple feet.
Roy stands up.
You're not that far.
Oh man. Roy also can swim.
Yeah, I assumed.
Ah, dang it. I did it again. My mom's gonna be mad about that. I fell in the lake. Let's try not to do it this year. Man. I have to tell my little sisters. I think they had bets on this.
Yeah, she's like, well, I'm gonna go see if I can catch any more fish later, guys. And she sprints towards the end of the pier and swan dives in. And you don't see her come back up for a little bit.
Roy hauls himself back onto the pier, soaking wet.
Dang, dude, you're soaked.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not very.
Dry off.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea, but like, it's warm out. I'm sure it's fine. Roy's attempting to wring out his hoodie.
You're wearing layers.
Yeah, Roy just pulls off like his outermost coat and like begins wringing it out.
All right, so I know we're running a little bit late. Do we want to just get to the rest of these next week? Or next 2 weeks, I guess.
I'm going more. It's up to you guys.
I don't care.
We did start late.
Yeah, I mean, if we want to finish off these things, I've got a decent cutoff point. But
tomorrow, so I really don't care.
It might still be a bit, and I know Josh has work.
Yeah, let's just wrap it up next week.
Okay. All right, well, that's going to do it for
we
the
can
first...
leave on the cliffhanger of Roy falling in the fucking lake like a dunce.
They drowned.
I was very happy when you said roll a dex.
0.
I was very happy when you said make a dex saving roll. You said make a dex saving.
We've had.
Yeah, you said make a dex saving roll, and I'm like, oh, I have a -1. This is perfect. 0.
I was only going to make the DC like a 10. I didn't expect you to roll 0.
I told you, Roy is very clumsy. he's not good at moving his body. Really. That's part of the reason he's not good at camping. He like tries to like break sticks sometimes, it just doesn't work. He ends up flinging things all over the place.
Crazy. All right, well, thanks for stopping by. We'll be back in 2 weeks for the next episode. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, gamers.
I forgot to hit the end button. Bye.